Negro, Human Consumption and Homoeroticism Within U.S. Slave Culture by Vincent Woodard. Now, for time's sake, I won't read the whole thing, so I'm going to start where the orange highlighting is, and then I'm going to skip down to where the green highlighting is. All right, so it says, Lewis was a typical plantation owner whom most in the local community probably respected and looked to as a model wealthy citizen in terms of his treatment of his slaves. In 1826, he would commit crimes against his slaves that would cause his community to ostracize him and pursue legal restraint. Skipping down to the green highlighted area, George provoked his master's penchant for punishment by frequently running away in addition to disobeying. Sent to the spring one day to collect water in an elegant pitcher, George made the horrid mistake of letting the pitcher fall and standing by and watching as it dashed to shivers on the rocks. As punishment for George's transgression, his master bound him to a wooden plank and in the manner of a butcher quartered him with an axe and cooked his severed body parts and pieces of flesh over a billowing fire. Page 60 at the top. In preparation for this ritualized punishment, Lewis gathered all of the slaves on the plantation into the most roomy Negro house, bolted the door, and told those assembled that the design of the meeting was to teach them to remain at home and obey his orders. The ritual begins with George's younger brother helping the master bind the slaves to a wooden bench. George was called up, and by the assistance of his younger brother, laid on a broad bench or block. The master then cut off his ankles with a broad axe. In vain, the unhappy victim screamed. Not a hand among so many dared to interfere. Having cast his feet into the fire, he, the master, lectured the Negroes at some length. Then he proceeded to cut off his limbs below the knees. The sufferer besought him to begin with his head. It was in vain. The master went on thus until trunk, arms, and head were all in the fire, still protracting the intervals with lectures and threatenings of punishment. In case of any of them were disobedient or ran away or disclosed the tragedy they were compelled to witness. In order to consume the bones, the fire was briskly stirred until midnight.